Alright, guess I'm recording. Just jumping right into it. This is the website that you're gonna use. You can compare institutions, and so I'm giving you another version, another person doing it as well that I found on YouTube. But I'm gonna do it more so in terms of the data that we're gonna analyze and give you some options. So ideally, when it comes to this, it's too much data. It's a lot of data. It's a lot of data. A lot of data. And so we just have to be really intentional on what we want. If we focus on California and California private schools, California public and private schools, four-year institutions, that makes things a little bit easier. I could have just done one institution in order for you to see this example, but it's better if you see multiple, and that's what the actual program didn't do. At least the other video. So you kind of just went through that kind of fast. I'm gonna still keep this. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna come get this website. I'm gonna give this to you, and you're gonna go to compare institutions. Okay, once you click on compare institutions, you're gonna click on you're gonna have three different panels. Select institution, select variables, then output. You have the capacity to start over. And so we're gonna do first we're gonna first select institutions. Go to easy groups, easy group. And then we're gonna go to state because we're focusing on California. Go to California, boom, 699. You can see the number of institutions. I'm gonna decrease that by going to sector and selecting public 4-year and public 5-year. That brings me down to 212. All right, so I'm going to press search here. Okay, search. And the thing is, okay, then it gives us all our variables. And so it still says 212. It says two variables selected. So what we're going to do is press continue. Bam, bam. Okay. Now we're going to select our variables. And so they already provided the variables that for our state and sector of institution. Click both of those, which is fine. Because I would argue you'd want to know what sector it is, whether it's private or public. And then in terms of choosing variables, you shouldn't press continue yet. You're going to press browse and search variables. And so this is where it gets kind of nifty. And so imagine the 15 minutes. We can select one variable and look at that one variable over time across multiple institutions. And so like we have a little bit more wiggle room there. Or look at multiple variables and then just look at it in the last past year. So you have a multiple option. You have a lot of options. At least have those two options. I'm suggesting you do multiple other ways, but it can get kind of crazy. Let's say graduation rate, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with the one variable across many years. Okay, and so with that being the case, so you have a lot of options. You see, this gets kind of crazy, right? There's a lot of ways of breaking this down. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with 6-year total graduation rate. Total, not so all ethnicity, all men and women. I'm not gonna break it down by anything else, and that's it. That should be only one. That should be 6 variables. Okay, 6 variables. And then what we're gonna now do is press continue. Okay. And so it says 212, 8 variables. You're gonna select it by state. I think if you every single time you add variables, you have to make sure that you add those as well. And then we're just gonna go to continue. Hopefully this doesn't do it. Yes, it did it. Okay, good. So this is when you know you hit success. This is where you know you hit success. And so with that being the case, you're gonna go by institution, name, and ID. Technically, you don't have to do anything after this. So all you gotta do is press continue, and it's gonna give you a CSV file. Okay, so boom. So continue, CSV file. Oh, well, zip. It's just gonna have the CSV file. So this is gonna be the labels. This is gonna tell you what the actual variables, some variables mean. Go ahead and click on that. It should be, yeah. So this is what it's telling you, the labels for the variables. And then finally, these are the variables. This is the data across the years for each of the schools. Okay. So as you can see, some schools don't have the information because for some reason they felt like they don't have to report it to the government. But if you want to, we can look at Cal Poly. And so you can see the graduation rate and compare. Oh, in the 80s compared to the other schools. Yikes! I didn't even just see it off the bat. 100%. Interesting. Yikes! But it'd be nice to visualize this and ask questions about this. What school do you think has the above eight in the 80% graduation rate? Like, and then have multiple choice, and then have them see the visualization, or have them see the visualization, and then which is the best school to go to, and then they select to based off of graduation rate, things of that regard. Okay, I think I'm done for the video. I'm done. Done. All right, good.